Yo, what's up, dudes? What's up? I am checking out the new BIOS desktop that came out today. And I've been a beta tester for nearly, 72 hours? I think I got a copy of this like Saturday night or Friday night, and I've been checking it out. I have a demo copy, so you may hear audio dropouts from once in a while. The nag on the demo version of BIOS desktop is to cut the audio out for a few seconds every so often. So you may hear that, and that's just the situation we find ourselves in. They have, I'm running a screen recorder, so you should be able to, somewhere on this screen, I'll have this screen recorder running, probably up in this direction, because that seems to be a lot of open space. So we have a few different amp styles here. So, of course, we have the clean. That's going to get you an RC120. That's basically the JC120. A British 900 clean. That's a JMC 900. A Match 30. That's the Matchless 30, right? The Highway 103. That's obviously a high watt amp. So we can choose, one of these amps, and it will bring it into the screen here. And here we get the clean. Now, you may hear a little bit of reverb going on. That is not built into this. BIOS is an amp sim. Amp sim. Doesn't do reverb. It's got like a room feature called room control, but I haven't looked at it at all, and I'm not going to experiment with it now on video and make it sound terrible because I don't know how to work it. So I don't want to mess with it. I'm just going to set up, I'm running in Sonar, and I'm just running a little secondary reverb called Breverb. I'll turn it off. There we go. My D string was a little low. And I'm going to turn it back on. I just like a little bit of reverb. So the Breverb, I have it set to a guitar studio reverb, and I have it set to the dry signal at 100% or 0 dB, and I have the wet signal at minus 15 dB. So it's barely on, though you notice it when it's off. All right, so there's a couple of clean amps. Let's check out a couple of Glassy amps. This is the Blackface Duo. Now, unless we want this video to be super long, I can't try every amp with every configuration, but what I did notice is that, like this is their Glassy amp. Just sort of a scoop sound, right? It's called their 67 Blackface Duo. That's clearly on the Blackface Duo. I got to think it's the twin, right? I'm going to turn the gain up, and I'm going to turn the master up. And you can turn that amp into a crunch amp. Now, the whole thing about about BIOS is the ability to go in and change, the preamp. Here I am in the preamp, and you can look online here, and you can see I've just got like all these controls. It's like, there goes my demo version. There's the, oh, see, it's gone. So it's really not that much of a nag. Tone stack, of course, they're choosing American Clean, and it has all these different sort of tone stacks you can use. Power amp, you can see all the different power amps. It goes to show you the transformer, and of course the transformer can be changed from American style, British style, fast style. It's a lot. It's a lot. If you're a tweaker, this is a tweaker's dream. If you're on the other end of that, though, this is not a full package. In other words, it does. If you're looking for a flanger or a phaser, it doesn't come with bias. You know, you're thinking of more like Jam Up Pro, right? The Positive Grids Jam Up program. You're not their bias program. Bias is amps only. As a matter of fact, and again, I've only had the product about 3 days now. So I don't know of a way to save patches. I can't find a way to save, you know, the presets and be able to name and save my presets. It's got to be in there. I just don't know where it is. So maybe at some point I'll get to figuring that out. Let's try out one of the blues amps. This is called the Tweed Lux. I mean, that's not bad. Of course, we can crank the gain up. And then we can crank the master up. I think it sounds pretty good. I think it sounds actually pretty damn good. And this is one of my favorite amps in this whole rig. The 63 British J45. It just has that certain, cleans up soft and really gets distorted. Let's just crank the gain up because I primarily like the distorted stuff. I love that sound. Now that's a classic Marshall sound. I want to say that they might do Marshall maybe better than a lot of the other companies out there. It doesn't have the sort of the mid-high fuzz that you get. It really does sort of have that woody, you know, tone of an old Marshall. And again, if you hate my reverb and you want me to turn the reverb off, I can do that real quick. I think that sounds great. I'm a fan of that sound. So that was the blues amps. We'll listen to a couple of those. Let's move on to the crunch. Might as well stick with the British. This is the British Plexi 50. So much brighter, right? Right off the bat. We're getting invaded. What are you doing? Oh, running away. You won't hit that tripod. There it is on demo. There it is back. Let's see. Let's crank the gain up. and see what happens. I'm cranking the gain in the master. Pretty good. I like that. I really like that amp. That's the Plexi 50. Let's just try one more. I don't know. What's that? What's it? What? I think I'm getting the boot here. We might have to come back and listen to the rest of these at another time. This is the high watt. Who's high watt? That's like you know what? Maybe we will call it a video right there because my cat apparently needs something. And I'll come back because I want to spend a little bit more time on the heavy metal, on the high gain, the metal, and the insane patches. So we did 3, we did 4. We did clean, glassy, blues, and crunch. And then I'll come back and we'll check out high gain, metal, and insane. Sound like a plan? All right. As always, rock on.